I was super excited to hear that CineStill would be releasing their black and white BWXX film in 120 because I really, really like that film on 35 millimeter, and it was something I was really hoping to be able to shoot as medium format at some point, and here we are. So I've shot the 35 millimeter version quite a bit. I really like it. I always thought it was really nice and a good alternative to, HP5 and Tri-X, but it's a little bit pricey and kind of a niche thing, seeing is that it's less forgiving than Tri-X and HP5. It doesn't have the latitude, and it really, really wants to be correctly exposed. But when it's correctly exposed, it's really beautiful. So a little bit of history of CineStill BWXX. It's actually Eastman Kodak 5222 XX black and white motion picture film. We already know that CineStill takes the 500T and 50D films, removes the remjet, and then repackages them as CineStill film. But BWXX is actually straight from Kodak. It's not modified in any way because it doesn't have the same kind of remjet layer that the color films do. So you're actually just pretty much getting Kodak 5222 XX just repackaged as CineStill film. Way back, right before America joined World War II, Kodak released Super XX, which is the precursor to the current XX motion picture film. It was their highest speed black and white film. It was available as roll and sheet film, and it was ASA 200. Tri-X was released in 1954 and kind of became the successor to Super XX, 2XX, then Tri-X. So when Tri-X was released in 54, Super XX was discontinued as roll film, but was still available as sheet film up until 92. In the 50s, Kodak reformulated the Super XX emulsion to kind of refine it and bring the grain down a little bit. And in 59, released it as XX. If you watch movies, you've definitely seen XX 5222 in action. Films like Raging Bull, parts of Kill Bill, parts of Memento, and more recently Lighthouse were all shot on Kodak XX 5222. You can see how beautiful and cinematic that film is when used as a motion picture film. I wouldn't call XX excessively grainy. I think that it has a less pronounced and finer grain structure than Tri-X, but it's got some grit there. It's got its own character, and I was really, really interested to see what that would translate to on medium format, since when you have a larger format, you get a little bit less grain, and you get different characteristics than you would if you shot it at 35 millimeter. So I was in Milwaukee this last week, and I brought my Rolleiflex. I keep forgetting which model it is. I think it's a 3.5E or 35E. Someone can tell me what it is. One of you guys know what it is. I'm sure someone will know. I was originally going to shoot this film at box speed just to see what it looked like, but that's not really how I would shoot this film if I were doing it for a project or for work. If I were going to shoot this for a project or for work, I would probably push it and then stand develop it. So that's what I did. Plenty of people are going to review this film and show you what it looks like at box speed in D96 or HC110 or, whatever normal black and white development they do. I wanted to show what it would look like when I shoot it, how I like to shoot this kind of film. So I rated this film at 800 in camera, and it's kind of a push because I didn't push in development. I just underexposed it and then did a stand development, which I guess you can kind of call pushing it. But with a stand development, it only develops so much because it's longer at room temperature and there's only agitation once, or you don't even agitate it at all. So it doesn't develop past a certain amount. I'll do a video on more nuanced stuff around stand development, but basically it just develops until the developer that's up against the film is exhausted. And then since it's not being agitated, no new developer is getting against the film. So it doesn't develop past a certain point. We could call it a push, but in reality, I just underexposed the film and then stand developed it. I think I've talked about this before, but the nature of stand development just kind of creates a higher accutance, which basically just means that the grain edges are much sharper. And so you get this kind of effect of the film images looking sharper, but in reality, it's just that the grain is more pronounced. And so I was ready for a really pronounced grain structure on this film, but was pleasantly surprised that it was pretty smooth. And I think that just kind of is a function of it being medium format, a larger format, and having more detail and having a less noticeable grain in general. One of the kind of trademarks of this film is it's just not as forgiving as the photographic film that we are used to, like HP5 and Tri-X. So you're not going to have as forgiving of an experience if you push film or if you underexpose it at all. You can see in the photo with this kind of grassy field that had big trees in the back next to this building. I kind of wanted it to be in silhouette, but you can tell by the really, really deep blacks and the fact that there's no detail in the shadows. After a certain point, it just doesn't resolve that information. So this film really likes to be exposed properly. That being said, some of these shots just are really, really pretty. And I think that when you get good light and a good composition, this film is just really, really pretty. So I'll definitely be shooting more of this in medium format. I think it'd be great for portraits. I think it would be great for studio work. I'm really excited to try it out for more controlled lighting scenarios where I can really shape the light perfectly rather than kind of walking around taking snapshots. I think that's somewhere this film will really shine. And yeah, I'm really glad that CineStill is continuing on its mission of bringing us cool films, and, having this film in a new format, having it as 120 is really awesome. It's another tool in the old toolkit, and I'm really excited to get to shoot more of it. So thank you, CineStill. You're amazing. Sponsor my videos. Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I'll be making a video about my Rolleiflex at some point. I think I've said before that it doesn't belong to me. It's on indefinite loan from my friend Jordan. It was, I think, his uncle's and just been sitting around for a while. So he gave it to me a couple years ago and just told me to shoot lots of photos and don't sell it. And I've been doing exactly that. And I haven't really talked about it as much. So I want to do a video on it. It's a really wonderful camera. And I think it gets overlooked a lot because it's not a Mamiya RB or RZ or a Mamiya 7 or one of the other hype cameras out there. So yeah, I look forward to that. We're over halfway, not halfway. We're in the home stretch to the 10K extravaganza contest, whatever. Go watch this video for information. I'm going to be giving away one of my Olympus XAs. There's information in that video if you want to find out how you can win it. I'm really excited because we're almost there. And I can't believe that I'm going to have 10,000 subscribers soon. It's just kind of wild. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you for being here. You can follow the photo department on Instagram at the photo department. You can follow my personal and professional work at Christopher Michael Sturm. And yeah, stay tuned for the 10K contest. If you have any questions about this film, about my camera, about what it's like being a YouTuber in 2021. Actually, don't ask me about that. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, thanks. See ya.